Dave Chappelle, he didn't lose. He walked away from $50 million, from fame, from Hollywood systems that wanted to control his soul. Everyone talks about the hustle. Everyone loves the grind, but no one teaches you how to actually reset. Not when you're winning, not when you're motivated, but when you're broken, quiet, floating in between that space, between relapse and restart. Here's the truth. If you don't know how to reset, you'll never sustain anything you've built. You'll be the guy who starts fast, burns out by day 10, and then disappears for a whole 6 months wondering what went wrong. It wasn't the dream. It wasn't the plan. It was the missing skills of recovery. Let me tell you the moment I knew I had to film this. It was around 2:13 a.m. I was lying in bed, phone in hand, blue light bleeding into my brain. I just had finished scrolling. I just ignored my morning routine for the third day in a row. And in this silence, I heard that voice. You're slipping, you're lying to yourself, you've wasted your gift, but instead of answering with action, I froze. You've ever been there? Where your soul's yelling, but your body's completely numb. When you know exactly what to do, but something heavy sits on your chest, and you just keep sinking and sinking. That night I realized something. I didn't need more motivation, I needed a complete new reset. A clean one, a conscious one, and no shame realignment to who I said I was. And that's what today is. Let's get one thing straight. Resetting is not quitting. It's not backtracking. It's not disappearing and pretending it didn't happen. A real reset is a sacred ritual, and it's how warriors heal. It's how builders last, and it's how kings protect their throne by checking their armor. Most men avoid resets because they don't want to admit they've slipped. But monk mode, as you already know, this is not about perfection. It's about presence, and it's about learning to interrupt the drift. Because when the spiral starts, the old version of you wants to come back. The procrastinator, the faker, the one who folds at the first hit of friction. That version of you only dies when you reset on purpose. I've been through this enough times to know. Motivation won't save you. Accountability won't save you. What saves you is a system, a ritual you can activate anytime you lose yourself. A process that doesn't rely on how you feel, but on what you've decided. So here's what I've built. The reset system. 4 steps to return without spiraling. It's simple, it's scientific, and it's spiritual. Let's break it all down together. Before you do anything, the first step is stop. No journaling, no planning, no justifying. Just completely stop. Because when your nervous system is fried, you don't need action, you need stillness. Cognitive behavior therapy teaches this. Interrupting automatic loops gives your brain a chance to start something completely new. So breathe. Put that phone down, put the music down, just be quiet. Just be. The pause is where your power begins. Now get honest. Ask yourself this. What broke down? Where did I slip? What triggered this? Not emotionally, logically. Was it lack of sleep? Too much scrolling? A conflict you didn't process? Was it the one friend who drained your soul every time you see them? Dr. Judson Brewer calls this trigger mapping. You spot the cues so you can break the loop. Most people spiral because they think their crash was random. It wasn't. It was engineered by habits they didn't notice. This audit gives you leverage. Now that you've completely paused and you've seen the pattern, you don't leap back into beast mode. You stack a micro win. Why? Because your brain doesn't care how big the task is. It just wants proof you're in motion again. So give it one victory. Do 10 push-ups. Do 10 push-ups. Drink that water with intention. Take a cold shower. Go for a walk without your phone. Post one honest sentence online. Open your laptop and work for 5 clean minutes. That one act becomes your anchor. According to Dr. Andrew Huberman, this is dopaminergic recalibration. The brain rewards progress, not by perfection. So give it what it wants, a clean win. Now comes the most important part. You speak. out loud, on paper, in a mirror, on video, whatever it takes. But you must say this: I reset, I return, and I rise. Because you don't speak for yourself. Shame will speak for you. And shame tells complete lies. That you're a fraud, that you've lost it, that this time you won't bounce back. James Clear wrote this in Atomic Habits. Every action is a vote for the person you want to become. This step is you casting your vote. Let me show you 3 men who mastered the reset, not the comeback, the reset. Katt Williams. He didn't disappear. He got sharp in his silence. They called him crazy, but when he returned, he wasn't begging for love. He was sharper, louder, bolder. World War III wasn't a comeback. It was a spiritual reset. Comedy laced with prophecy. His power wasn't in staying perfect. It was in coming back clear. Dave Chappelle. He didn't lose. He walked away from $50 million. From fame, from Hollywood systems that wanted to control his soul. He left for Africa, not to hide, to hear himself again. And when he came back, he wasn't just funny. He was sovereign. He was a monk with a mic. His reset wasn't about success. It was about sanity. It was about truth. Steve Harvey slept in his car, used gas station sinks as showers, wrote his jokes on scrap paper. People laughed at him before it was funny. And he still showed up. For 3 years straight. He didn't wait to be discovered. He built himself in silence. His reset wasn't motivational, it was practical. He used faith, structure, and brutal self-discipline to realign. These weren't lucky men. These were men who refused to spiral. They paused, they audited, they anchored, they declared, and then they returned. Here's your moment. You slipped? Good. That means you're human. That means your nervous system still cares. That means the old you didn't win yet. So write this down right now. I do not spiral, I reset. I do not hide, I return. I do not vanish, I rebuild. This is the day your monk mode becomes real, because it's easy when you're in rhythm. But this is who you are when you fall. Comment below, reset. Let the algorithm watch a man come back with grace. Let your future self read it and smile. Let this be your moment. And tomorrow we go even deeper. Day 19, The Edge, where growth lives, where 99% quit, where you stay. Until then, stay grateful, stay focused, and I'll see you in the next one.